For the rest of the news on the local share market, I spoke to Martin Lakos from Macquarie Private Wealth. Martin Lakos, a few jitters on Wall Street, but the market here seemed to finish well off its lows.
Yeah, Tiki, good evening. Look, Wall Street was bound to be down with disappointing numbers out of Apple and IBM, but that had been sort of partly factored in. What really got the market a bit jittery in the US was Bank of America, its subsidiary Countrywide that it took over through the GFC. In fact, it had its bond holders or holders of the mortgage bonds requesting that Countrywide buy those mortgages back, as they see some issues with that. Now, that's about $47 billion worth of mortgages, and that would go straight on to Bank of America's balance sheet. Now, we don't think this is systemic, but it's clearly got the American market a little bit worried about the quality of those mortgage bonds. So we have to see how that pans out over the next few weeks. That being said, our market was down 71 at its worst, and there was some earlier portfolio selling. As that started to subside and we saw some improvements in the Asian market region as well, we actually saw the market rally a bit, particularly the resources, which saw some heavy selling in line to some extent with the Aussie dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar saw a low of 96.60 at one stage and closing around our market close of 97.30. So a modest improvement there. The best performing sectors was certainly the utilities and, interestingly, consumer discretionary, which contains News Corp and Channel 10.
Now, Telstra says it's keen for a smooth passage of the government's NBN legislation introduced into Parliament today. But any hope of certainty certainly hasn't helped the Telstra share price, has it?
Well, the stock was sold down pretty heavily earlier on. That was obviously with the whole market being pretty weak. Saw a low of 259, I think it was, closed at 262 on pretty solid volume. So we did have a bit of a rebound there. Certainly there's some commentary from the official notice out by Telstra that Thody, the CEO, is hoping the parliamentarians will promptly put that through. They're very keen to see that legislation move ahead so they can then take it to shareholders to approve the whole NBN deal. So we've really got to see that's one of the factors that's clearly overhanging that current share price, along with the fact that it was reported in the press yesterday that the Future Fund has been selling down stock down to about a 10% level.
Martin Lakos with a new angle on Macquarie Private Wealth. Thank you very much for joining Lateline Business.
Thanks, Tiki.